So this is a topic that I'm starting to see more and more come up with clients and colleagues. And I think there's a value in just putting it into context and then to entertain your questions. So we can go to the first slide. More and more companies are starting to think about what they want to keep as their internal competencies and their capabilities, because the world of outsourcing gets more and more challenging for small companies who don't have $100 million to spend. So, and I'm starting to think about and starting to explore another whole area around vendor oversight. I'm actually at a vendor oversight risk management conference right now, which is why this is really top of mind. But we believe that there are a lot of reasons for the clinical trial execution and the challenges with this. In a lot of companies, and this is again something for you to reflect on in your own company, there's an excessive amount of decision by committee. And what this really means is that there's not one individual who's personally accountable for making decisions. And there's a lack of kind of risk taking, and that's not in the ICHE 6R2 risk mode, but in kind of being the advocate for the project and making some decisions. The other thing that happens, and this is more and more in larger companies, not so much in small companies, just because they don't really have the people, but there are a lot of functional silos where there are individual groups that don't talk to each other. And it tends to be in data management, biostats, clinical development, et cetera. And again, in bigger companies, there's a lot of redundancy and bloated organizational structures because there's been lots of mergers and acquisitions. So if you're in a small company, these are the things that you want to be mindful of as you grow and as you potentially look to bring in other products or other companies. And then I also did cover the excessive risk aversion. We see this a lot with clinical development folks, and it really is, it's somewhat in the mindset of people who grow up in clinical research, but at some point in time, you have to be willing to jump in there and take some risks. So we can